Hi guys, welcome back to the garden. How are you? All right, it is a hot, let's see, we're in the 90s today. It's early morning, it's about close to noon, and I'm outside working in the garden, right? Because my knockout roses are they've been a little bit overgrown, and I said, okay, let me go ahead and cut them back, as there's some canes that were resting on the wall. But as I started to get back there and cut out those overgrown pieces, some of them look a little bit strange to me, right? And so I want to show it to you, and I want you to tell me what you think. Now, I'm not an experienced, as you guys know, I'm not an experienced rose grower. I've only been doing this for 2 years, really. But I'm concerned here that this rose, the growth on this knockout, looks not so healthy. I'm hoping, let me see if you can get a good view. And I'm hoping that it is not rose rosette. Now, the only thing that I do know about rose rosette, as I've read about it quite a bit when I just started the garden, is that the roses will send out shoots with a lot of thorns, so very thorny shoots. All of these flowers are cluttered together in one cluster, right? The new growth, it does have some new growth here, but it looks like it's going to turn green, right? But I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this a healthy rose, or is this rose rosette? I don't know. Should I be worried? I'm not sure. I removed two canes just like this. There's another. Let me get another one here for you. Let me actually take you back there. It's high noon, so the sun is going to be really blazing at us. All right, and the view may not be as perfect, but let's see. Oh dear, I hope I didn't capture anything I wasn't supposed to. If you look, I'm cutting the canes back because they were resting. The canes had fallen down and they were resting against the against the side of the home. So I'm not sure if maybe that is why the growth came out that way. But let me pick up another one here. Times like this, you wish you had someone else holding the camera for you, right? Well, let me see if I can get back here. Give me just a second. And this is my double knockout so that you can put it in context. All right. Forgive me, I'm trying to wiggle through a whole bunch of pavers. Trying to get back here with the camera. All right, which is quite a feat. Okay, let me get one more of them on here. So I was cutting them back because, yeah, I can actually take you a little bit closer. The canes had fallen back and they were resting on the siding itself, and so I started cutting back those canes. But as I cut them back, I realized the color, right? The color is a little bit different, and then I do have those canes that just have a lot of, I don't know how would you describe it? A lot of growth on one stem. You see, like this one. Here's another example of it. Right, now it could be that it's because it was resting on the side. It was basically on the ground and trying to push out as much growth as it could and had nowhere to put it, and so that's why it's all cluttered in like this. But I am curious. Hey, tell me what you think. Okay. Last year, was it last year? No, 2 years ago. Pause for a second. Oh, you're seeing the wall and not the rose. 2 years ago, I had Mill of the Floss in my garden, and of course, like I said, I've only now just started growing roses. So Mill of the Floss is in my garden, and I saw some unusual growth on her, spiky, really red with thorns, and so doing my research, I came across the issue of rose rosette, and so I was panicked that maybe that was rose rosette on the rose. And so at that time I made the drastic decision on my own that, hey, 3 versus 30, I'll go ahead and take out the 3. So I totally removed Mill of the Floss from the garden. What I'm looking at now on the knockouts, is, am I concerned? It's a little, it's not what they normally look like. It's not what they normally look like. And I don't want to go ahead and make that decision again, saying, oh, this is something that may not, which it probably is not, and then end up pulling out a rose that is perfectly healthy. So I decided that, you know, instead of doing that, let me ask my rose family, right? Because I got a community of gardeners I can pose these questions to now. I don't have to figure it out on my own. Right. Okay, so I've transitioned the camera back onto the umbrella because, like I said, it is very hot. But let me show you. So there are about 3 or so canes that I took off that have all of this clustered growth at the very top. Alright. I'll take it into the light a bit just in case it help you see it. Oh no, the light's not good. Too much light, too much light. See if it will help us see it, help you see it a little bit better. I mean, the flowers have opened and the growth is turning green. So I'm thinking since the leaves are turning green that it's probably not what I think it is. It's probably just that the rose had no air and was just resting on the ground and she did what she could do. But listen, if this seems concerning to anyone, if you think this is Rose Rosette, please let me know. Because if it is, I will go ahead and remove that plant as quickly as possible. Because I would not like to infect the rest of my garden. Alright, but this is what they are looking like. See if you can get. I'm hoping that I'm getting a good shot for you. Let me keep it steady just right here for a moment. And then hopefully you're seeing it. All that clustered growth on just 1 or 2 little stems. Holding it up so that you can actually see it here. Okay. Alright, so what I'll do in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the canes that look like this. Remove all the flower heads that are flowering like this. And then hopefully someone will see it and let me know if this is okay or if this is not okay. Okay, alright, taking you around to the front of the plant so that you can see it. The rest of the plant looks healthy, right? I mean, it's just 3 or 4 canes that I pulled off like that look sort of odd. Here's another one. I don't know how well you can see or how long my camera is going to last in the heat, because it always shuts down in the heat. So here is another one that I removed. Do not stick me. Here. Right. So sorry, the rest of the plant does look healthy. Let me just show you another one of the canes that I removed, and I just took a big chunk of it off. I'm hoping that it does not stick me because it's very thorny. But this is what the growth looks like on the parts that I am worried about. Let me pull it up. Do you see the curling of the stems? I don't know. This is a whole bunch of it right here. So everything that looks like this, I'm taking out. Okay. And then hopefully, yeah. Everything that looks like this I'm taking out, and then hopefully someone will just say, hey, Naomi, that's just the rose doing what the rose does, right? But this does look a little unusual to me, as this double knockout doesn't normally grow in this way. Alright, so the camera is about to overheat. I'm going to go ahead and post what I have. Hopefully it is enough. There are enough examples there for you all to see, so that I can get some feedback here on what to do with this plant. Alright. Okay, I'm not sure how much you could have seen because it was very bright in the sun and the camera was about to overheat. So hopefully someone can give me some feedback on that plant. I mean, the rest of it looks healthy minus all of the bug damage. I know the bug damage is really bad, but in terms of the growth and the rest of the plant looks normal. All right, so if anyone has feedback for me, please go ahead and post it. I anxiously await your response. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.